Now look around, this is what they call greatness. Yeah, now start it up. Push it to the limit, I can never get enough. Yeah, now start it up. If you wanna see the future, then take a look at us. Yeah,
Jill, over here!
Resident Evil 3.
Hello Internet, how's it going? Welcome back to the Jongravesshow. Today I'm talking to everybody about the beautiful Resident Evil 3 announced at the Sony State of Play. This thing looks wonderful, it looks amazing, and I really want to give my 2 cents about everything that has been going on in this trailer in relation to the actual, original Resident Evil 3. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump right into this thing. Starting out with this, we actually kind of start with something of a chase. Whereas that we see a tyrant chasing some type of, or at least like a woman, through a apartment complex. And yeah, without starting out, we kind of get the feeling like that this may have something to do with the whole thing of the tyrants are going around killing people and she knows what it is and she's kind of being hunted. But then slowly but surely you slowly realize that this isn't a normal tyrant because of this little line right here. As we will soon see, this giant tyrant is chasing our girl Jill Valentine, and it seems to be a callback to the beginning of the original Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, where she was being chased by zombies and she kind of had to run into that warehouse with Dario. The next thing we get to see is a few clips of Raccoon City under attack, similar to how it originally was. And if this gameplay footage, if it says anything about like the bigger changes in Resident Evil 3, it seems as though it's not gonna be a dilapidated city anymore, devoid of life. We're now actually going to be in the aftermath, fighting zombies and everything. Also, on top of that too, this maneuver right here, it seems as though that Jill is actually gonna get her emergency dodge back. So I'm not sure if that's gonna be like a button press thing or if that's gonna be a cool down, but based on how it's looking nice. Another thing that's worthy of praise is the brand new look of Mikhail, which technically he does sport a more grizzled and more veteran soldier look, and that's something that is worthy of praise. Something else that's also worthy of praise is the fact that we actually get to see Murphy. And for those of you who don't know who Murphy is, he's one of the characters that has a multiple death route where basically on one hand he gets infected with the T-virus and Carlos has to kill him, or Nikolai shoots him and kills him and leaves him for dead. Speaking of Nikolai, we actually do get to see a little bit of his character in which that he does seem to be just as cold as what he was in the previous game. Now, does that mean that he's gonna go around killing off his own men for extra money? I'm not sure, but going with the original canon of saying that he did actually survive in the end, that he did do that, that might be a plot point that they do explore in the game. On top of that, they do give us a small glimpse of Tyrell Patrick, one of the members, UBCS members, who does meet his fate at the hands of Nikolai as well as Murphy. On top of that, we actually get a really good look at Carlos, for this brand new version of Resident Evil, and honestly, to me, he looks a bit like John Rambo, mixed with a lot of Miguel from Tekken. So it could be the hair, it could be the more veteran, grizzled mercenary look, but honestly, it's something that is appreciated compared to his original green Leon look. So,
Star's office has to be in this direction.
But right now it's got a hard-on for the only 2 stars left in town.
First and foremost, I am liking this change in design to Brad because he's not looking super skinny anymore. He has a little bit more heft to him now, and that may just be his RPD vest, but it's very difficult to say. But honestly, he's looking pretty brave in this one, where a guy who has the name of Chicken Heart, you know what I'm saying, that kind of thing. But I am liking the fact that they both know about Nemesis and that he's not already wounded when basically, Jill finds out about it. He's actually telling her straight up, hey, listen, there's a monster out there that Umbrella made that's going after STARS members. How this is gonna affect his fate in the final game, I'm not 100% sure, but honestly, as long as he's not running around wounded and pretty much meant like, you know, he's leaving like a tiny breadcrumb trail that leads to his death. I'm pretty sure like that they might either do it the same to kind of show how dangerous Nemesis is, or they might just say, we kind of don't want to do that to Brad. Like, let's do something different. But he has to die though. That's just what it is. So basically, the final clip of this, it actually does kind of slowly give us something to look forward to in terms of Jill's apartment, in terms of her meeting up with the USB-C members, a few cutscenes with that, Brad running off. We even get a quick glimpse of some of the hunters, Nikolai's goals in terms of him possibly killing off his team members and everything else. And finally, they actually show us zombie Jill, something that is actually prominent because she does get infected in the game. So, you know, that is something to take into consideration. Finishing this up properly though, they do kind of show us the Umbrella facility and a few of the scientists working on Nemesis and everything, and them preparing to release him onto the city to kill off the rest of the STARS members. The big takeaway that I kind of pulled from this, like with Resident Evil 3 coming out though, with Resident Evil 2, them trying to recreate the zapping system and them doing it well for the most part. Resident Evil 3 had multiple choice endings, for those of you who did play it, where that they did have different like options in terms of, did Nikolai kill his man, did Nikolai actually die at the hands of Nemesis, you know, that kind of thing. And I'm not sure if they will bring that back, but since they are bringing back the emergency dodge, it seems, hey, here's hoping for the best. So yeah, I got my fingers crossed for that. Hopefully when this game, it does come out April 3rd, that things are going to be amazing. So yeah, all that's left to be said is that Project Resistance, a pretty good co-op feature, a multiplayer feature, is going to be included with Resident Evil 3, and you get to pre-order the classic costume similar to Resident Evil 2. It's looking wonderful, man.
So if history is written by the victor, to leave blank pages with a space for my picture.